Like I'm 22, you know I'm 305. Tatted on my body, I got everybody in a job. Somebody hit the lights, camera, let me improvise. Can I get a hallelujah? More moolah, more peace for my medulla. The whole crew up, yeah. Louis Prada, Dundada, top flow, come take a ride up with the rider. I came up from the bottom, you have no idea. You can't swipe through my story, write my name in history. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, right. Who's gonna stop you now? Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night. Suicide doors fly, open eye, reemerge from the side like a god. I'm talking real guap. 23, 45 with the rock. I'm a lot, I am not what they think. I like it dirty, I'll be 50 with the ricochet. She threw it at me, I hit it right down the straight away. Feel like somebody put a blue pill in my lemonade. I think that's how I ended up in the bay with this pain in my head. You know I came up from the bottom. You have no idea. You can't swipe through my story. No sir, write my name in his store. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, I'm feeling right. Who's gonna stop you now? Oh, what a night, yeah. I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night, yeah. Sing it, almost had me down, came back to life. Hell yeah, right. Who's gonna stop me now? Oh, what a night, yeah. I can't even lie. What a time to be alive. Drinks in the sky, that's the high. Oh, what a night.
I just don't even know anymore what to say about that.
Hell, I don't know what to say about nothing any damn more. Lord Jesus. I tell you what, people are just fucking stupid. Do you hear me? Abso-fucking-stupid. I went to Bree's channel for 1 second, ended up getting on panel and telling Key to sit and fucking spin on her dumb bullshit. Bitch up there saying that the only people she's, that in her experience, the only people she's ever seen dox people or go real life are white women. Yeah, I got dropped. I'm glad they dropped me. Because my turtle was ticked. Somebody remind me to never go there again. Every single time I go there, I get pissed off. Because it's always some bullshit stupidity. And the bitch ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. I don't give a fuck if they, I mean, literally, I don't know why they keep having her up on their fucking panel. She's a stupid ass. She makes no fucking sense, and she's ignorant. But you ain't gonna just talk to me any kind of way, and I may not respond. Now, to update y'all on the Patreon situation, I am still trying to edit these videos to make them work correctly. For whatever reason, my voice or my lips do not move with my words, and I've been having to go in and edit them one by one. My head has hurt so bad today that and truly thought I was going to go to the ER. That's why I didn't do my live tonight on there. My plan, as long as my head does not feel like it did today, tomorrow, is to go live tomorrow night and talk about the Idaho 4 and my opinions and the theories. And after that bullshit just now my head hurts a damn again. No, I have a pituitary condition, and when I'm stressed, more so than usual, the back of my head swells. And the back of my head is swollen. Bad. So yeah. But anyhow, the reason that I got up on Bree's panel is because I'll come in and Key is saying that the only people that she has seen docs and all this other mess is white women. No, I have empty sella syndrome. EMPTY, Sella, SELLA syndrome. They thought I had Cushing's disease to begin with because I started getting like this hump on the back of my neck. But before I even gained all the weight that I did from the steroids, I started getting this hump on the back of my neck, which is a signature sign of Cushing's. But I finally ended up going. Yes, Tiffany. Yeah, I finally ended up going to the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville, and they finally, after a few years, diagnosed me and said, "Well, that too, Rachel, with empty sella syndrome." And it's basically the way that they described it to me. Even though people laugh that I say this and say that no doctor would say that. Okay, dumbasses, you were in the doctor's office with me. The way that she explained it to me is that your pituitary gland basically explodes. They do not know what causes it. They do not know why it happens. Happens more in women than men, typically in women over 30. And your pituitary gland explodes. And I only have a piece of my pituitary gland left. So sometimes it works like it's supposed to. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. Sometimes it overworks, and sometimes it works just a little bit. And if you know anything about your pituitary gland, it regulates all the glandular systems in your body. Because of the condition, my body automatically produces way too much cortisol, which is your stress hormone. That's why I can't fly. Correct. And the back of my head starts feeling like a mush melon sometimes when I get whatever. And that's the headache that I've had all day today. And it hurts like at the base of my skull where your neck muscles meet the bottom of your skull. That is where my head hurts. And it just, ugh. Delta, you can either treat the symptoms or you can have surgery. And if you have the surgery to completely remove your pituitary gland, then you have to be on synthetic hormones for the rest of your life. And I just don't want to do that. So I treat the symptoms. And my kids were dead set against it. I was going to have the surgery back in 2019, but my kids did not want me to have it because it's dangerous. And I didn't. And I'm actually glad I didn't. Stress aggravates it, yes, big time. Well, and because my body produces so much cortisol anyhow, my body's constantly under stress, more stress than most people. But when I actually physically get stressed or mentally, then it makes it even worse. But look up the functions of your pituitary gland and you'll understand. So in case y'all didn't notice the caption scrolling under the screen from my new fund, I decided tonight that I need to rebuild my crumbling empire. According to Toxicity, my empire is crumbling because I had a bad night battling. And Lord forbid you express any kind of feelings to the public, because Lord help you. I did, Rachel. Thank you. There's always some vulture waiting to clip it and turn it into something else. And listen, this bitch, and I said this on TikTok and I'm going to say it here, because this is to Toxicity and that dumbass Are You Woke who's renamed themselves. You still ain't woke. You're still in a damn coma of stupidity. Both of you have so much to fucking say about everybody else and what they look like. Toxicity made the video about my empire crumbling. And where have all my people gone? Well, bitch, were you watching tonight? You pick one night, knowing damn well you watch every other fucking night. You literally follow everything I do like smoke off shit. Where are your videos about the nights I did so well? What about last Monday night when we battled Guy with the Hair and we were only a few thousand points behind him? Where's that video? That doesn't fit your narrative, does it? Where's your support? Better yet, where's your fucking face? You're nothing but a faceless, nameless coward who likes to call out other people because you're weak. And that just point blank fucking period is the truth. You're weak. You use anonymity to say the things that you do not have the balls to say as your whole ass self. And that is just the fucking truth. And you can make up every excuse known to man as to why you don't do it. That is the truth. Because you could not take what you dish out. You could not handle other people doing to you what you do and say to and about other people. That is the truth. Because you are a weak ass bitch. Toxicity. And you are as well. Are you woke? You sure as fuck ain't. And I said this on TikTok too. I got upset for about 2 seconds. Because I am so tired of you dumbasses using pictures of me when I look like I did a year ago. Hell, 8 months ago. Because y'all refuse refused to show what I actually look like. Because that doesn't fit your narrative either, does it? And for all you woke to make a whole ass video about my makeup and makeup tips for women over 50, maybe you should take them. Because I'm going to tell you something. What is that saying? If you are not feeding, financing, or fucking me, what I do is none of your concern. And quite frankly, it isn't if you're one of those 3 F's. Because I do whatever the fuck I want to do. Nobody has ever told me what to do, and nobody ever will. You might try, but I don't fucking listen. And the people in the comments are more of a joke than the people that make the damn videos. Because it's all the same tired ass people. Amber, River Rat. Same ones. The same ones that flock to fly like flies on shit. These dumbass people are like the smoke off of a fresh turd, and the ones that follow them are like blowflies coming to land on it. Literal shit eaters. Like I said, I got upset for about 2 seconds, and Nabil knew I was upset because we were talking, and because I sent him the videos, and you know, they can say whatever they want to about him because they put pictures of him in the video about my makeup too, saying he's immature, and of course now somebody came in and said he was feminine. Listen, one thing about me, I don't want nothing about a man that looks feminine, nothing. And there is not one thing about him that looks or is feminine. Not one damn thing. And the fact that y'all's dumbasses had to use the pictures that Breezy made of me at GPT, of me being bald, shows me just how desperate you are for content. Nobody watches y'all shit anyhow but the same tired ass people. Look at your views. You literally pander to the same bunch of shit eaters every time you make a video. And you spend your precious time making videos about me. And I don't even know who the fuck you are. And I sure as shit don't care. Weak bitches. And you can proclaim to be Billy Badass and say that I'm bothered and I'm this, that, and the other. I'm not. Nabil put it all into perspective for me because that's typically what he does. Because as much as y'all try to make out like he is unintelligent or immature, he's more mature than all of y'all put together. Breezy, I knew the night that I showed them they were going to do it. As a matter of fact, we had a conversation in the mod chat about it. All of the mods at that moment said, this is going to be into a video. And it just took them a few days to do it. We knew it was coming. We just been waiting. That part I think is fucking hilarious because I'm anything but bald. But the part about it that's so funny to me is this. They want to talk about me and my makeup and how I look, and I'm trying to look younger, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do that, and then put pictures of Nabil up there and all that bullshit. But you don't show your face there, are you woke? You have literally said that you don't show your face because you don't want people to come after you. Well, that must be nice. That must be nice to have that option. And to be such a lily-livered coward that you can't say the things that you want to say that are so disgusting about other people because in fear that they might say the same things to you because you couldn't handle it. Because I could rip you a new asshole, and I can promise you and Toxicity, if I knew who the fuck either of you were, I would have already ripped you a new asshole and fed it to you. And you both know that. Which is why you weak ass bitches hide. Because you can talk about me till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, I am right here as me with my whole last name and my whole face. No makeup tonight. This is me. With my moo-moo on. My hair pulled back. No makeup. Where are you? Where are y'all? Where's your face? Where's your body, for that matter? Y'all have so much to say about me and what I look like. Where are you? Oh, you don't want anybody to critique you. And even Scotty, who claims that her skin is better than me and she looks more youthful. Bitch, you never came up. Ever. And that's the difference between you and me. You couldn't handle the criticism. You couldn't handle what you dish out. You couldn't. I don't give a fuck. Never have. I've always came on camera looking exactly as I look, whether I weighed 300 pounds or not. Whether I had on makeup, whether my hair was fixed, in my nightgown, didn't care. I've always been exactly who I am, me. And I ain't never been afraid to show it. None of you can say the same. None of you. None of you would come on a camera without makeup on. Hell, you won't come on a camera, period. Look at how many of you hide your damn faces because you're ashamed of what you look like. And you can say that all you want to, that you're not. Oh, and she's so lacking self-confidence. Who's on camera? Who always has been? It sure ain't y'all. And y'all crack me up with the things that you say about Nabil because y'all know nothing about him. You just run with your bullshit. And y'all have come up with so many stupid ass theories since he and I started seeing each other. None of them, not one, has been true, but that has not stopped y'all from running with more of them. Not one has been true. And I know that has to chap y'all's ass because y'all were so certain that he was some romance scammer. He was going to bilk me out of whatever money he could get and be gone in a month or two. But it's been 4 months now and he's still here. And he is no different today than he was the day we started talking. And he has more maturity in his pinky finger than a lot of y'all combined. Because he has seen through y'all from jump. Which is exactly why none of you have ever bothered him. He thinks it's hilarious when y'all put him in videos. The only thing he ever worries about is how it affects me. He doesn't give two shits if y'all make videos about him. Literally every time he says this shit again, these stupid people again, That's literally what he thinks about y'all. And he literally mocks y'all every time he's over here, and y'all are too stupid to realize it. So y'all have to go to his TikTok and take pictures of him from some of his videos to use in your dumbass videos for what? Did that make you feel better? To talk about him? To talk about somebody that you don't know at all? Here's another challenge for both of you. Cam up. Let's see what you look like. If you are such a bad ass like you want everybody to think you are, turn on your fucking camera. Let's see you. And let's see your man. I guarantee you won't do either. Because you are both cowards. Cowards. No, they don't know me. I'm not, and I never have been. But y'all can't say the same. And I have said this more times than I can count. From day one, I have always been out here with my whole last name. I have never hidden who I am or anything about myself because I don't have anything to hide. And I don't give a fuck who knows it. Don't care. I am me. All day, every day. Like me or don't, I don't give a fuck. And if you feel some type of way about me, feel it. I don't give a fuck about that either. If I offended you, if I offended your delicate sensibilities, I don't give a fuck. If you're mad, upset, pissed off about something I said, still don't give a fuck. You can get glad in the same britches. Or you can do like most of these mentally unstable people and spit and spew in the same britches for years because you do not have the intellectual ability to get past your own stupid bullshit problems. Because here's the thing. I affected all of you much, much more than y'all ever affected me. And that has to chap your ass. Y'all cannot let me go. All of you. Every one of you who is in a group chat or a freaking comment section talking about me and agreeing with these videos and amen, she is. She's so terrible. Amen, her highlighter can be seen from the moon. Amen. She's trying to date a 17-year-old. Amen. She's still just as fat as she used to be. Amen. She's using a thin filter. Bitch, where? Ain't nothing thin about me. I'm still fat, but I ain't as fat as I used to be. And I ain't afraid to show it. Wasn't afraid to show it then. How about y'all? How about y'all? You all have so much to say, but you say nothing. Absolutely nothing. And you all claim that I'm irrelevant, but you can't keep my name out of your mouth. Y'all keep me relevant. Those of you who go everywhere I go and try to influence everyone that I befriend or everyone who tries to help me or support me, you can't help yourselves. But it never works. And yes, it has been a slow few weeks with battling. But you know what? When the chips are down and my community knows that I need their support for something specific, they show up and they show out. Where's your community? Are you woke? Toxicity, you've had a channel for 1,000,000 years. Where's your community? And I don't mean the shit suckers that are in your chat. They're not your community. They don't even like you. They don't like each other, and they don't like themselves. I mean an actual community that does things for people and helps people. Oh, I forgot. You don't know anything about that. And not only that, my empire is crumbling. That's okay. I'll just pick up the pieces and build it again, like I have done time and time again. And every time I build it back better, bigger, and stronger. Something that you haven't been able to accomplish once, I have done dozens of times and will continue to do again. Because you can knock me down all you want to, but I don't stay there ever. I may have a pity party moment and I may feel sorry for myself, but then I get my fat ass right back up and I go back to work. And I always will. And it's funny to me that Toxicity had to make that video the other night. I knew she would. I actually said, make sure that you record this. If y'all remember, those of you who were there. It's like they work off cue. Y'all literally take my orders. Empty seller syndrome is very rare, I know. But here's a little clue for you, all of you that like to make videos, and those of you in the comments too. All of those of you who are making fun of my makeup and everything else, let's see you. Because y'all all have so much to say in the comments, and y'all are everywhere, like the Energizer Bunny on multiple platforms. Anywhere that somebody is speaking about me or you get a whiff that they may be, there y'all are. Again, like flies on shit. I said this on TikTok tonight. I'm going to say it again. If your man was as wonderful as y'all like to make him out to be, because y'all all say, oh, we have great relationships. Our family life's perfect. Our lives are perfect. We're not like her. Bitch, I ain't perfect. Ain't never been, won't never be. Nobody is, including none of y'all. I have plenty of flaws, and I make plenty of mistakes every day. I have never claimed to be perfect. Far from it. Far from it. Hey, Christopher. But what I am is real. And y'all can't even be that. Because you're ashamed of yourself. And I find it absolutely hilarious that you have so much to say about me, but never show your own face. Because if you were as confident about yourself as you pretend to be on the internet, you would have your picture plastered all over your channels. Y'all are just like Dickie, blowhards. And you can make up all of the excuses in the world as to why you don't do it. But saying that you don't say your name or show your face because you're afraid of the consequences shows me exactly who you are. You're afraid of somebody doing the same thing to you that you do to everybody else. You're a bully and you are a coward, which is exactly what bullies are. I say what I got to say right here and then I move the fuck on. I don't dwell on y'all's dumb asses. Just like I ain't going to dwell on this tonight. I got another stupid ass to talk about. Now, maybe if your man paid as much attention to you as Sweet Chicks pays to me, you wouldn't have time to be on the internet making dumbass videos about people that you don't know and never will. But it's obvious that he don't. And I remember back in the day, I said that Merb needed to be dicked down. The two of you do too. Hell, all y'all do. Because if you was getting dick, you wouldn't be worried about what I'm getting or who I'm getting it from. Because I can tell you right now, I don't give two fucks how old the penis is that is attached to you. And I say that because I don't know if you're a man or a woman, and it really doesn't matter. Because you're just a bitch. A weak ass bitch. Maybe you should pay more attention to the dick that is in your household, whether it's yours or your significant other's, or both. Shit, I don't know. And not whose I'm messing with. Because I can tell you right now, I don't care if yours is 18 or 80. I don't want to see it. I don't want nothing to do with it. Why are you so worried about who I'm dealing with? Maybe you should ask yourself that question. And why are you so concerned with every move I make and everything I say? Because the whole awareness bullshit is that's so overdone. That shit went out in 2021. Don't nobody give a fuck about your awareness, dumbass shit. The only thing that you make people aware of is that you're a raging lunatic who stalks someone from platform to platform because you have no life. And you spend all of your time and effort obsessing over someone who doesn't give a fuck that you exist. Aren't you successful? No. You're not. And you never will be. Because of those exact reasons. And I will still be right here laughing a year from now. Because y'all will still be doing these same dumb ass, tired ass shit. I won't. And toxicity, let's see how many battles I win between now and then. Because I can assure you, I have won 100 times more than I've lost. How about you? Would your community go and support you in a battle? How much financial support would you have? I'd love to see it. None. So continue to ride my coattails like you and so many others have done for years. Continue to worry about my life, what I'm doing, what I'm saying, who I'm with, instead of worrying about your own. And by all means, please continue to count the change in my pockets, because we all know you ain't got none to count. Because if you did, you wouldn't worry about somebody else's. And toxicity of social media, you named your channel the absolute perfect name. And it's so ironic because you are the toxicity of social media. And are you woke? I'm not sure what dumb ass thing you were trying to do. But your name is about as woke as a corpse. And your channel's about as interesting to anybody who isn't a hate-bonding psychopath like those who follow you. All 500 of them. Sucks to suck. Sucks to suck. Now, oh Tony, if they could find out, they would. Now, y'all know we have been watching this lunatic man for the last week or so. The one who has such an issue with Gypsy. Well, Leslie, they're not relevant at all. At all. So today, this morning, I watched this video. And I'm going to show it to y'all. And then I'm going to tell y'all what I did. And then I'm going to show you the video that he made for me. Get ready. This is the video that he made this morning. And it ticked my ever-loving turtle. He did make a video. Yes, just wait. This is a video that he made today. I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to show you what happened.
Hello, YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share. All right. I'm going to try to remain as calm as possible. Not get all excited. As I did in the evolution video. If you guys watched that one, the last one. I got a little excited in that one. But I'm watching the clock because it's a 15-minute deal. You know the deal. So I get all crazy. But anyway, I want to clarify some things here with Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Okay. When I tell you that what I'm telling you,
thank you to the person
is
who
the truth,
sent a
and I
cash
know
out
it's the
for my
truth.
crumbling empire.
That's what it is. Okay, guys. I'm not a judge here. I'm not a journalist asking you to report it anywhere. I'm not trying a case. I'm not getting paid. So if you can't understand what I'm telling you, then I'm sorry. You know, I don't know what you want. A video of her not having a baby. But anyway, let's talk about this, okay? Now, when I talk about the divorce alone is proof enough, people don't get that. People don't get that. When I say you can't have it both ways, both things cannot be true. She cannot have had her baby. She cannot have had her divorce finalized on December 9th and then actually have given birth on December 28th. Those two things can't be true. And then I always have these people in the comments or questioning me or whatever. Oh, but in some state, no. Listen to me. Let me make it clear this now. Finally, here, maybe this will be clear. You can fucking file for divorce while in labor, I suppose. Okay, while in labor.
Tony, I'm telling you.
You can file motions. You can go to court. You can go to mitigation. You can do all the things. But you're not going to finalize the divorce if you're pregnant. No judge is going to do that. They're going to continue it, okay? Continuing a case is not a big deal. In every area of the law in the court, they have a mechanism where they, criminal law, all the time they continue it, because both sides want more time or something else has come up or there's whatever, okay? Civil, they certainly continue the shit out of those. Threatening to sue people. They they try to get it to the attorneys want them to just settle so they can get paid and move on. They don't want to go to trial, so they continue the shit out of those. Okay, and then family law has the same mechanism. Okay, there's no reason to have to rush a divorce. It's not like it's not like it's a thing that's got an indefinite time frame on it. It'd be different if we're saying to you, well, you can't do this thing, and it might be resolved to where you can do this thing in 4 months, or it might be in 12 years. We just don't know. You're only pregnant at the most 9 months. Okay. There's no reason or rhyme in the law. Now, you might think in your head, because you're used to these people that keep arguing with me. You may have it in your head because I guess maybe you were daddy's princess, or you're used to getting your way all the time, that you can go in there and demand, well, I wanted to be divorced now. I wanted to finalize now because I want to get rid of and be done with him. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Okay. You have to have a legal reason, and there is not even a legal reason or a mechanism or a motion to file in family court to ask to speed up a divorce. There is not a thing. That is not a thing. And they will always continue the finalization. You can file, you can do anything else until after the baby is born for a variety of reasons. Maybe the baby's going to die. You guys, this is a legal and binding document. It's a divorce decree. It is a dissolution of a marriage. And just because you decided to get pregnant from someone else while you're still married and are therefore a whore by definition, no, they're not going to bend over backwards and make exceptions for you because you demand that you want to be divorced now. No, because at the most you're going to be pregnant a few more months or whatever. You're going to wait. See? Because there's no reason to do it, okay? And let me, before I get all the people freak out, I'm not saying that if you've been estranged from your husband and you just haven't been divorced yet for years or for whatever amount of time you've been estranged from them and you've met a new man and you're pregnant, but you're still legally married. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who was with their husband a couple months and gets knocked up by someone else and isn't even intending on getting married again. So what would be the demand for anyway? The only barrier you still being married to someone else is you can't get married to another person. And this was not even an issue with these two. Okay? Ken is gay as a fucking picnic basket. He's never going to marry a woman for real. Now, we may see a fake engagement to remain relevant and on some weird TV show that they may have planned for us, or a fake marriage, but it won't be real. Okay? So the fact that December 9th, her divorce was finalized, and we know that, means that there's no way she gave birth on December 28th. It's untrue. And if you want to say that she gave birth before December 9th, well, that's fine. Then they're lying about the birth of the baby was 6 pounds and some change when it was 32 weeks along. No. And went home the same day. No. Okay. Okay. Also, on the Lifetime show, if you can't tell that Raina in that scene where they're at home with Ken and
y'all, the more I watched this morning, the more my head wanted to blow off. And I broke my cardinal rule of never commenting. And because I commented, I got my own video. This man claims to be a prosecutor, an RN. His wife is a psychiatrist. When I think that more likely an RN was prosecuted at the facility that he and his wife lived in, seeing psychiatrists. That is closer to the truth.
And Gypsy, I almost said Barbie. Canon trash Barbie. And Rain is over there burping the hell out of that. That was a doll. If you can't tell, you can tell it doesn't move. Rent the episode and check it out. It's a doll. It doesn't move anything. So why would they be doing that, guys? That alone tells you there's no baby, or they'd have the real baby there. No, oh no. We just decided to pull out a doll for this scene because we wanted the baby's privacy. Give me a fucking break, okay? She didn't have a baby. She was pregnant. She lost the baby in March or April. Way before, okay? That's the bottom line. Quit saying, well, in some states, there's some instances you cannot get your divorce finalized. There's no reason to. Why would you think you can't wait a few more months? There's no reason for it. There's no mechanism for them. Whoever says you can, anyone else that says that, you're a liar, you're an idiot, or you're trolling me. There's nothing else. You're lying, you're an idiot, or you're trolling. There's no other options after this point. Okay? All right. I just wanted to get that out the way. And she's never pregnant. I mean, she was pregnant. She lost a baby. Aurora's not her baby. There is no Aurora. She never gave birth. I'll see you in the next video.
Now, let me show y'all what I did. I don't support her either, Delta. Never have. Never will. Now,
you can't
shut up. Let me get to the comments. I left a comment right here. I said, I can tell you with absolute certainty that she did have a baby, a happy, healthy, and thriving little girl. I know this because I've seen her with my own eyes. She looks just like Ken. Anyone who knows anything about me knows the love-hate relationship that Gypsy and I have always had. However, the truth is the truth. Aurora is very real, and you and others like you who are attempting to dehumanize her are putting her in danger. Leave the child alone. Hate Gypsy all you want. The baby is innocent. My name is Natasha Cooper. If you know anything about Gypsy's case, you should know my name. I do not lie for anyone, and certainly not Gypsy. He said, she never gave birth, and I know this for a fact and with 100% certainty. Several reasons. Kim and Gypsy have never even been in a real relationship. So, and then he says, I just reread your comment. You don't tell me to do anything. First of all, well, I did. Secondly, I don't know why you're lying for them or you have been deceived. I like to think the later is true. She never gave birth to a real baby for me to leave out of anything, period. I'm not playing along with the delusional because they decide to send an aggressive loudmouth my way. I will talk about this fake-ass baby all I wish. It's not possibly causing any harm to anyone. Stop the madness. It's the truth. And nothing trumps the truth, and you are allowed to say it. They are the liars. They have never even been in a real relationship, Natasha, and I know this. And I said, you're wrong. I've known them both since 2019 when I first started covering her case. I've never been a supporter of hers. She knows exactly how I feel about what she did. She absolutely gave birth. I was one of the few who knew when she went into labor. Ken and Gypsy have been in a real relationship. Now, this is the video he made in response.
I don't want beef with other content creators and all that shit. I don't really care.
He puts my comments.
Hi there, like, subscribe, and share. All right, guys, listen. normally I wouldn't make a big deal of this at all. I wouldn't make a big deal, and I don't want to beef with other content creators and all that shit. I don't really care. I know I'm right, and I know what I'm saying is the truth.
Y'all.
And the rest of it, well, if it's not the truth, it's a lie. It's straight up. You can code it however you want. Some people might be lying inadvertently, or maybe they're spreading a lie and they think it's truth. Whatever. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But if it's not true, it's a lie. There's not alternative facts. There's not different. It's either true or it's not. Okay? And Gypsy Rose Blanchard never gave birth. I don't care what baby they're toting around or what. So what you just flashed before you was, and like I said, I would never do this, and I don't want beef with this woman, okay, is a comment from Natasha Cooper. That was, and I have heard of her. Not good. That was in my last video when I was calling out Gypsy for her. She didn't have a baby, and the divorce alone proves it. Okay? So she's in there. Well, I want you to please pause and read the whole comment. She says, you know, she knows with certainty that she's seen a baby and it's a thriving girl and it looks just like Ken. Number one, now see, I know that's bullshit. If there were a baby, which there isn't, okay, it doesn't look like Ken because Ken and her have never even been together in a relationship. I know that they're lying.
Y'all.
They're lying, okay?
This dumbass. He knows for sure. Oh, yeah. Were you at the hospital? Because unless you were laying there and watching her cooter open, you don't know what came out of it. And unless you have been in her bed every night, you don't have a clue who the fuck she's fucked. And unlike you there, hair, Snaggle Rock, I've known them since 2019. And have fought with both of them since then over their relationship. You know nothing other than what some dumbasses have told you. You don't know anything firsthand. You haven't been boots on the ground and found out any information or spoke to anybody that pertains to anything about this. You know nothing. You're just some delusional fucking freak with bad dentition and bugging eyeballs who is obviously unmedicated. And you are very much doing harm to that child when you continue to spew the ridiculousness that you spew. And if you think I give a fuck that you've heard something bad about me, when you are on the internet ranting and raving like a lunatic all day and night, sir, have a seat. Several seats. While they put on the straitjacket. Because you need one. And if your wife is a psychiatrist, I feel certain you are her live-in patient.
Maybe, unless she got him drunk one night and tricked him and somehow got it. Whatever.
Listen to this.
All right. So that she says. Then you could go on further, and she's talking and then she goes then she says, I need to leave the baby out. This woman who I don't even know, my wife doesn't tell me what I need to do. Okay.
Well, I
don't know what kind of weak men she's used to dealing with or whatever. You know, and I'm not saying that she is, but something's up.
Bitch, I would take you by your
hair. She thinks she can just order someone around that she doesn't even know.
Yeah, like what you're doing. Really? Like what you're doing. Ordering someone around. Yet you are speaking on people and their personal lives that you have never in your life met or known anything about. And I will speak to whoever the fuck I want to in whatever way I want to. And I don't give a fuck if you a man or not. You ain't much of one, or you wouldn't be on here talking about a woman the way you're talking about Gypsy, whether you like her or not. And you certainly wouldn't be talking about a child. You are no man. You are a delusional little fuckwit who does not have the mental capacity to understand reality. You live in Delulu land. And perhaps you should focus more on your teeth than you do somebody else's cooter or what comes out of it or goes in it. And I would speak to you this exact same way if I was in your face. I would sling you around like a fucking damn it doll, you little sawed off piece of shit. Weak ass men like you. Huh. It's fun. The better question is, when have you ever met a strong woman? Because I can fucking assure you I am. And I would put you in your fucking place in person in one hot minute, sir. And I use that term very loosely. Because it seems to me, with the obsession that you have with Gypsy's vagina and what enters and exits it, perhaps you have a little vagina envy. And perhaps if you focus more on what was entering and exiting your wife's vagina, you wouldn't have all of this time to spend on the internet talking about innocent children. Because that is truly the only thing I give two shits about. I don't care what you say about Gypsy. Do not care. She's an adult. I care about the fact that you and all of these other scumsucking shitbags like you cannot leave an innocent child out of your scum-sucking toothless mouths. And unless you have penetrated Ken's anus with your penis, or were there and watched someone else do it, or him do it to you, you don't know shit about that either, other than some fucking rumors on the internet. You are nothing more than a weak little troll who has taken a bunch of dumbass rumors and turned them into a conspiracy theory that literally targets a child, an infant, a child that is less than a year old. That is what you are, a lunatic. You are not doing the Lord's work. You are of the devil. And neither that child nor Ken's sexuality is any of your business. And if you have children, I certainly hope they are getting psychiatric treatment, because I can only imagine the lives they have led. And perhaps you, sir, should find a way to enter back into reality and worry about yourself. And as far as you wanting a beef, sir, I don't have a beef with you. In order for me to care, you would have had to do something to me. I mean, I ain't got nothing but time. But sadly, this would be nothing. This would be worse than Scotty and Dickie. I would literally be going at a crazy person, a psych patient, which they are too, but not just a child, Amber. He is obsessing over freaking Gypsy's vagina, Ken's penis, and a child that is less than a year old. These are people he does not know anything about, has never met them, has never spoken to them. He has just believed a bunch of bullshit that Fancy has told him. And ran his lips with it. He has not shown one piece of proof. And just because you say it's true doesn't make it so, sir. Where is your proof? Actual, tangible proof. You claim to be a prosecutor, then you should know, sir, that this sure as shit wouldn't fly in a court of law that you like to speak so much about. You would be thrown out of court for lack of evidence because you have none. And your word of mouth does not suffice. Neither would mine. But you know what would? The child to the judge, which would absolutely happen because she's real. She may not be real in the delusional wonderland that you live in, but she is in reality. And she looks exactly like Ken, as if she was picked out of his butthole.
Okay. I need to leave when I know for a fact there is no baby. She didn't have a baby. She may be toting around a baby. It doesn't look like Ken, though. Didn't come from Ken. Maybe it looks like Ken. I don't know, but it didn't come from Ken. Didn't come from Ken's loins. That's a lie. Or you just wanted to believe it looked like Ken, if this is even true. I have no reason to believe that you're lying. I'm not straight up calling you a liar, but she didn't have any baby. Okay. You may have been deceived like they deceive everyone else, but we're going to get further into this. Okay. Then if you read further, first, she's telling me what I need to leave the baby. I need to, because I'm dehumanizing the baby and I'm putting it in danger.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Where did we hear that verbiage before? Where did we hear that verbiage before? Well, let's go to Ash Blonde 6's comments and you can see the exact same thing a couple times now, right? I'm dehumanizing. Same words, guys. This doesn't just happen this way. Gypsy didn't even know what the word dehumanizing fucking was. I don't know this Natasha woman. So I don't know. I imagine she knows what that word means. I have no reason to believe that she wouldn't. Gypsy was fucking told that word. Okay. So it looks like, Natasha was said to go along with the script, or they were both asked to say that. Okay.
Why? Somebody please tell me why I am always following a fucking script. No, he obviously doesn't. Listen, sir. I don't even know what is going to come out of my mouth most times. It just does. And I most certainly know what dehumanizing means. I can assure you that Gypsy may not, but my vocabulary is quite extensive. Not only can I say the words, I know what they mean. You, on the other hand, I have a word for you. Psychosis. Manic episode. You should probably repeat those to your psychiatrist wife. Perhaps she could adjust your medications. Nobody asks me to do anything because they know it would be futile. Futile, in case you didn't know how to spell that. Or futile, if you want to pronounce it like you pronounce police. I can assure you, you do not want to get into semantics with me. No one asks me to do anything because they know it would do them no good. I say exactly what I want to say when I want to say it to who the fuck ever I want to say it to. And I don't give a fuck who likes it or doesn't.
And putting the baby in danger. There's a reason they're doing this. And now they've got her in on it, Natasha Cooper, who I got no beef with. I don't know her. I know of her. And, you know, and then she puts around, oh, and if, I'm big in the Gypsy.
No, I didn't say anything
well,
about big.
You'll know. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I know. So what?
I didn't say anything about
please,
big.
everyone. Content creators of any ilk, I don't care how many, I don't care if you got 17 million fucking followers. Does not impress me. Okay, people that are on here that are influencers, that are influencing people, that's in and of itself sounds fucking evil. But anyway, that's another video.
Another video.
So that doesn't impress me. I don't care. But but ma'am, you're not going to tell me what I need to do, especially when I know I'm right. This is what's so horrifying. If there really was a baby involved, I wouldn't be doing this anyway if there really was a baby involved. Because they'd be right because she'd be dead ass right if there was a real baby involved. So I just, did go watch, she seems like she might be a nice woman or all, but she's wrong about this. And I like to think she's just being deceived. But for her coming here and right away in the comments saying, well, and coming right to my video, I don't think she's ever viewed my shit before. Maybe she has, I don't know. But coming right to my video talking about, first of all, it's, I've never been really, we've had a on and off again relationship or whatever she said. You can read it, again, they usually start it with, well, I'm not a fan of Gypsy, or I'm not on her side. I don't, or usually it's, I'm anti-Gypsy, or I don't like her at all either, but, excuse number 1, 2, and 3 for her. But they're using the same verbiage, and there's a reason for that. Okay?
It's called saying.
And I know that Gypsy's an idiot, and Gypsy copsies everybody, and she's put it all in there in Ash Blonde 6. I don't know about this Natasha woman. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But I also know what I'm saying is I don't think she's running around copying what Gypsy would do. You guys understand what I'm saying here?
No.
They're both using the same verbiage. You're dehumanizing this reborn doll and this borrowed kid. I'm not dehumanizing any babies. Gypsy Rose Blanchard did not give birth. If they got some other baby, God love that baby. I'm not trying to dehumanize it or put it in any danger. How the fuck is me telling the truth that this bitch never gave birth? That's all I'm saying. If she never gave birth, how is that putting a baby in danger, even if they had a real one? How the fuck does me saying that put a baby in danger?
This man is an absolute idiot.
What, are we supposed to believe the stretch that someone's going to believe that she didn't really have a baby, so they went over there with intention of killing the baby that they believe me about? What are you saying?
Absolutely, dumbass.
Why do you fucking people keep coming at me with this? You're dehumanizing the baby and you're going to put it in danger. How can we just tell you the truth that there's this lying, adulterous, mother-killing motherfucker never really had a baby. She's just a scam artist bitch. She was taught to be a scam artist from her fucking mother. She was a scam artist the whole time she was in prison. She scammed Nick into
Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. People are so easy. So easy. I intentionally ruffled his feathers. Intentionally. And I'm going to continue. I'm good at that. My intention was to make him lose focus. But you want to know what really ticked his turtle? Somebody standing up to him and telling him about himself and slapping him in the face with reality. That's what really ticked his turtle. This man enjoys the attention that he is receiving. 1000%. He can say he doesn't want monetization, and he may not. Doesn't look as if he's used to much. But he 100% is thriving himself on the attention he is getting from the people in his chat. And I called attention to his stupidity and ignorance, which in his mind was a slap in the face. And virtually it was, because that's exactly what I intended. If he was anywhere near me spitting and spewing this shit, I would have been happy to have done it physically. That's the new theory on the internet, Laura, or has been the theory, is that Aurora is a reborn doll. It's not that he has his mind made up. People like him This is literally a psychosis. I wasn't being facetious about that. This is a psychosis. This man is psychotic. He is mentally ill and unstable. But he's too dumb and too wrapped up in his psychosis to realize that not everybody with a functioning brain is in a group together reading a script. No, sir. I have 1000% free thinking and critical thinking skills. You are literally a poster child for psychosis. This picture right here should be on the manual. Hey, Jennifer.
Fucking get involved so she could blame the whole murder and sacrifice on him. She scammed Ryan into marrying her sorry fucking ass. All right? She scammed everybody. What are you talking about? She was a born and raised fucking up as a scammer. She's scamming now. She never had a fucking baby. If they've got some other person's baby or whatever, that's a big fucking fraud. If there is a real baby, God love it. I got nothing against any babies in the world. God love it. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it never came out of her body. This motherfucker never gave birth at all, period. Gypsy Rose Blanchard never gave birth, and that's on everything. That's on my motherfucking eyesight. God strike me down if I'm lying on this pussy asshole. If this dumb bitch, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, ever had a baby, take my vision, man. Because no, she was pregnant and she lost the baby, and Lifetime said the show must go on. And that's the truth. And Natasha Cooper, I got nothing against you. Okay? But if you're lying for them to help them out for whatever reason, shame on you. Okay? And if you're telling the truth and you really believe that, well, I'm sorry, you need to look into it a little bit better, because they're deceiving you.
Lord Jesus.
Okay?
Now my eyes.
They're evil motherfuckers, Natasha. She sacrificed her mother, killed her with her own hands in exchange for fame and fortune. Okay? That's a fact.
Y'all.
All right? And I'll see you people in the next video, man. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. You're not going to blame some fake story that happens to this fucking baby on me.
You're
not going to do it.
You're going to be the reason.
Oh, you're dehumanizing the baby. You're making it so it doesn't seem human to some crazy person out there. They've turned Aurora into an object because you said they're using a doll. So since they've dehumanized her, they went over there and did something. What are you going to do now? What are you trying to turn this into, man? Is this for real where we're going? We're going to make up a whole fucking fake your baby was killed or snatched by someone, and what you found their device. What you're going to do? You're going to do like the fake shit the FBI and CIA does all the time, like with us, oh well, we found their device and on it had all Karma Collector videos saved, and we found him doing messages, and what why are you people using the same verbiage? There's a reason for this.
We have a brain.
There's a reason why she popped up out of nowhere with, you're dehumanizing this baby and putting it in danger. The exact same shit this crazy motherfucking Looney Tunes bitch, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, has now said fucking 2 or 3 nights in a row in different videos of my message in my comments. Okay? So I don't know what you motherfuckers are up to, but you better cease and desist, man, because I'm on top of every one of your moves. All right? And if you're up to something, if you're not up to something, Natasha Cooper, God love you. You are up to something, shame on you. And God's watching.
I'll see you in the next video.
Y'all, tell me they do not listen. Tell me that YouTube does not listen to the shit that you're saying. I literally, on TikTok, was talking about them making a video about makeup on older women. And I talked about vaginas, and there is a vagina on my screen. This shit's scary. That's what that is.
Hello, you.
To show y'all this one, because this is the one that he says he lost his shit in prior to the one about Gypsy.
YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. All right, now I want to go over the elites have several ways that they want everything secular, especially here in America. We have a separation of church and state. That's for a reason. Okay, you can't say anything about God or Jesus anywhere, not at school, not at anywhere. You can't do that. You've noticed you're allowed to make fun of Christianity, and in fact, people that believe in Jesus and all that, they view them as they're fanatics and they're crazy
And all that.
Those are fanatics, and you're allowed to make fun of them. But if you say anything about a Muslim, you're an Islamophobe. If you say anything about a Jew, which is a religion, now think about this, it's a religion, they call you an anti-Semite, which is saying you're against Semites, which are a people group. And that people group happens to be not the Ashkenazi Jews, the Jews of the synagogue of Satan that are there right now. Those people are not Semites at all. They come from Ukraine and Switzerland and shit. The real Semites in this situation are the ones in Gaza, the Palestinians that they're moving out of there. Okay, those are the Semites. So they have it. You can't you can't make fun of any religion, or they call you a whatever. They've got a name for you. There's no Christianity phobe or any of that shit, right? You're allowed to, and they promote it. And there's can't do prayers. You can't talk about God and Jesus. You know that. They keep it secular. They want us to have a secular worldview. That way they can tell us anything. If we had biblical worldviews and looked at things that there was a divine creator that did all this, then we would think about things and think, well, if God created it that way, and we have it here to use or whatever, that's why it's here, we're supposed to use it. There's probably a reason for everything. If God, the divine creator, thoughtfully sat down and created all this shit, well, then everything's got a purpose. Everything's being used for something, and it all should work together and all this. Then they wouldn't be able to pull the shit they do on us, like saying, well, this is bad for you, so this, that, and the other. And you can't do, if it's occurring naturally like that, it's for a reason, guys. But I don't want to get off on tangents. I just want to tell you that they want us to believe that there is no God, that we were just put here by chance and evolved here. That is what they want us to believe. You have to believe that, because if not, then we would all believe in what the Bible says exactly, and then they wouldn't be able to pull their evil shit. Okay? They're operating on our free will. They're manipulating our free will by using money.
Thank you, Gigi, for cash out.
And bribery, and then blackmail once they got you and all this shit. Okay? That's how the world works. All right? So they took a hold of our education, the textbooks and everything, guys, and took control of it. And there are things that they use to ensure that we try to get us to not believe in God. Try to get us to believe that, no, there's a scientific explanation. No, those scientific explanations are how God does it. They just explain it their own way. Understand? Okay. Which we'll get over, but I just want to go over this real quick because I want to cover one of them right now. Okay. The things they use are this: space. They made up space. It's fake. And there's a million things I'll tell you when I do the one on just space. Just know that NASA in one form, ancient Hebrew, means to lift or carry up, right? But in another form, it's spelled the same way, but there's a little thing over it. That little thing makes it be Nasha or Nasha, right? And that means to be deceived or beguiled. And that's exactly how the elites will do it. Let's make it to where, oh, there's plausible deniability. Does it mean NASA? Does it mean to lift or carry up, or does it mean to be deceived or beguiled? This means to be deceived or beguiled. NASA it stands for not a space agency, and they laugh at us about it, okay, guys? So space is one that they use for obvious reasons, but I'll go over them later, not in this video, okay? Space. The other one they use is carbon-14 dating. If you don't know what that is, look it up, and I'm going to do a whole video on it and show how that's a lie. But that's what they use. Because remember, the Bible says we're only 6,000, Ben's out here 6,000 years, which is true. But when they use this carbon-14 dating lie that's based on no kind of real science, they tell you, oh, this thing was alive 17.4 million years ago, and this, that, and the other. It's all made up bullshit, you guys. It's an all made up fake science. Most of it is, guys. Most of science, I hate to say this, man, most of science is a fucking fake cult to just disprove everything about God, or to give us a reason how God does it. Their fake reason how everything is. You understand?
Nobody
everything.
understands you.
They have a reason for it all. Okay? They don't want anyone to know there was a divine creator that sat down and thought up all this shit, and how all the animals and all the plants all work with one another, and everything would work right. One person, you know what I mean. It all works together. It all would recycle, because we're trapped inside of this firmament. There is no such thing as space. That is not true. There are no planets. There's stars, the moon, and the sun. The sun is stationary. It is a energy source. The moon and the stars the moon is the light of the night. It's a disk. It's not even a round ball. It's not a ball, voluminous thing. It's a flat disk. It provides light of the night, part of the calendar, and it pulls the waves and does the tides.
Y'all.
The sun is stationary. The firmament is God turns the firmament every day a little bit, and up on the side and all that. That's how you get the seasons of night and day. The moon, that shit's stationary. God's turning the whole, it's a glass ball with the earth inside, and he's turning it little bit a little. That's how we get that, okay? So, but they want us to think there's space because it goes on and on forever. The universe, it goes against the Bible. And then, there could be aliens coming. God would tell us if there was aliens. God would have told us about all those planets they're saying. Those are lies. They're lying to us. And the only telescope things we ever get pictures are from NASA. They're lying about all of it. So space, carbon-14 dating, to lie about how old the Earth is, space, because it's all bullshit, because we're all enclosed in this little terrarium like thing. And the third one is the theory of evolution. Okay, because that's the answer for how everything was created. Oh, well, something just banged, and then the shit got together, and then there was this, and then there was a little one-celled organism. The next thing you know, it's this, and then it's a frog, and then it turned into somehow No, guys. No. So let's talk about the theory of evolution. Let me tell you, okay, it's supposed to be that, right? Organisms start, and over time, over thousands and thousands of years.
If you're here, put a 1 in the chat, please. Gina, good luck with that, Susan. I love how every time I say for y'all to put a 1 in the chat if you're here, the number goes down. Are y'all afraid I'll go see? What? Seriously though, Gina, it's like they got a guilty conscience or something. Amen. I said, if you're here, put a 1 in the chat. All right, here we go with the crazy man again.
Years, every generation of them reproducing, there's a tiny little change in it, and it's for the betterment of the species to continue it and all this shit, and it just keeps going and going and going. No, it's not at all, guys. They're created how they are and put here with the ability to reproduce by our God. Okay, now let me give you some examples to disprove evolution. Okay, one of them is called a snowshoe hare. Lepus americanus is its name, or otherwise called a varying hare. Okay, it does something called seasonal molting. It lives in an area where during the spring and summer, its fur is brown or rustish brown to match like the grasses and the trees and shit. In the winter, it's totally snowed over there. This is in Canada and shit, right? And they turn white. Now, when they teach you this shit in college and school, they said, when you ask, they said, oh, well, that's an evolutionary thing. That's what they tell you. Oh, well, evolution factored that in for them. So, they'd be safe in the winter and they could hide from prey and all that shit. Okay, but that doesn't explain how it works, guys. And we all bought it. Oh, okay, yeah, it's an evolution thing to make the species be able to survive better and hide from prey. And this, okay, that makes sense. And then you move on. But think about it, guys. 2 times a year, this rabbit wakes up and its hair has changed color. And it knows it and it knows why and goes about its business. When they're held in captivity and even given the same sun and everything, they'll lie to you about this. They don't change. So one day they're grayish brown, and they wake up and they're fucking almost all the way white. It might take a couple days that it does the whole thing. That is God controlling that. Okay, there's one thing. Eyesight. There's no way they can. Evolution is supposed to be an organism. Slow little changes to make it better, to where it can better succeed. Listen, there are lots of organisms that have no sight in the deep oceans and stuff that are completely blind, and they make it just fine and they thrive. You cannot. Listen, the way evolution supposedly works, they lie about everything. You cannot have an organism that's able to see and able to live and do its thing, or it wouldn't even be that far along. And then all of a sudden it's going to start to develop eyes. Because it's yearning to see. Boy, I'd do so much better if I had eyesight. They don't know even what eyesight is, and they're doing fine. It doesn't work that way. And eyes work on light. I happened to take an elective when I was in nursing school. It was an elective. Everyone in there was psych majors. I guess you have to take it if you're getting them. The class was called Sensation and Perception. It's about all the senses. We ended up doing just vision almost the whole time. They don't know any of the answers of how vision works. Every time, and then it goes there and it processes. I'm like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean it's processing? What are you talking about? Well, we don't really know. No, we don't know. No, shit. Eyesight, and I'm not getting technical here right now because I don't have the time, but eyesight is not, it couldn't evolve that way, guys. It doesn't work that way. What, an eye popped up and then the sight came later? Or why would the eye come? Or what? There was slits and then light. It doesn't, eyesight blows evolution out. The other one is DNA. DNA, guys, is a blueprint. It is a message. A divine, someone that created it had to sit down and think that up. And it's a blueprint. Listen, every cell you have has your DNA profile. Any drop of blood, one skin cell, anything tells is marked as that's you, this one person. It's a code, it's a message, it's a blueprint. A divine creator had to think that up. Listen, there's 4 chemicals, adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine, that make up, and they're just rows, and that's what makes us all different. And then it's turned into a double, and it's a helix like this, so it can hold and pack as much information because of the surface area. This didn't happen by chance. These 4 chemicals arranged differently that line up to make us all different. It's only 4 different chemicals arranged in different orders. And the brilliance of it doing a double helix that turns like that, so the surface area can hold so much information, was created. It's a blueprint. We're a higher intelligence could take the blueprint of our DNA and I guess probably run it through a computer or whatever, know everything about us just from that. That is what that is. That is messaging in a blueprint made by a creator. The next one, organelles. Okay, organelles. When you see the E-L-L-E at the end of a word, it means little, whatever the first part of the word is. So an organelle is a little organ. Okay? In every one of our cells, they have these, okay? And it's designed just like the body. Each one of our cells is like a smaller version of our body. We have a brain and a spinal cord, a central nervous system, which is like what the nucleus is in, which was the nucleus is in our DNA, in each cell. Our nucleus contains our DNA, but it also controls all the other organisms somehow, right? And what do we have? We have what? Kidneys and bladder and stuff does for our urinary system to get rid of the urine. Our digestive system handles breaking down and getting the nutrients out, metabolizing, and then letting the waste go. Right? And then we you know the different systems we've got. Well, we have every cell we have in the middle with the nucleus is where our DNA is, which tells and can stamp each one of us is different, and that even a tiny drop of us, we know who it belongs to, and no one has the same. Unless you're an identical twin. All right. But these organelles are called mitochondria. That's the site for ATP production. That's the only place in the whole body. Well, it's in every cell, though. That's the only way where we actually create our own energy, ATP and AMP, in mitochondria, the site for ATP production. Then we've got nucleolus. I said the nucleus. We got ribosomes. That's the site for protein synthesis. Protein is created on these ribosomes, guys. Vesicles.
That'll be
I can't even read what I got here, but I don't remember them all. Golgi apparatus. I think that's something with getting rid of waste or handling it. Then the lysosomes, the vacuoles, that gets rid of waste and excretes. All these, every single cell is able to serve and do its own thing all by itself, guys. Take in nutrition, copy itself, and replicate. It's like what it's reproducing is. The nucleus can control it all, and it does all these things. It takes in nutrition, it metabolizes, it lets off. And it lets off waste, you guys. Each little cell does it. And what I'm trying to say is there's no way. If one of those organelles aren't working in the cell, the whole cell collapses and won't work. And the whole cell just dies and something else comes and takes it away. Every one of these organelles, and there's like 10 or 12 of them, would have had to evolve all at once in the exact same time. The cells won't work half-assed without them all. The cells won't work part way. It can't be, well, when the vacuoles catch up, we'll be right. No, they don't work at all. Nature destroys them if they don't work at all, guys. The organelles alone disprove the theory of evolution. There's no way. And that's the most simplistic thing. Every fucking cell, okay, that's a prokaryote, which is everything besides like anything that's one cell, unicellular, like bacteria and viruses is something else. All these cells have that. I'm running out of time, you guys. I'll see you in the next video.
And the next video is about Gypsy. I'm telling y'all. This man is a loon. A Looney Tune. Looney Tune. Yeah, tomorrow at some point during the day, I'm going to go live over here. And I'm going to play y'all his videos he made about Israel and He's disturbing. Well, Gina, she can't be right to be married to him. In all honesty, she has to be more batshit crazy than he is to put up with it. I don't even know. All right, y'all. Well, I am going to get off there for the night. I am tired, and I am hoping that when I go to sleep, this headache goes away and does not come back. But thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow at some point. Night, y'all.